What's going on, the Nova Squad? My name is Nova. Welcome back to the channel. So I got the light kind of set it in a different way of everything. Just let me know in the comment section if this is actually going to be like a cool new look. We are going to finish up this video today. The Year of the Dragon special. If you guys actually want to actually see from part 1 all the way to part 4, I actually created a playlist. I can actually hook it up to the actual video so you guys can actually see from the part 1 all the way up until now. So yeah, anyways, without further ado, here we go.
I guess it would have been pretty fucking bad if they had Helen Keller in that attic. That would have been that would have been a tough job. It's like, I'm trying my best. What do you have up there, a monster? Bring us the monster. Bring the monster down here now. They probably would have just left her there. They're like, yeah, this is worse than anything we could do. To just be trapped in a prison under your face. I think that's probably a fate worse than death. With Helen Keller too, wasn't it just, it was like her caretaker was the only person that could like talk to her, right? Did anyone check? Was there any way to check? Because that could have just been like just some, it was just some lady that was like, I can talk to her. Yeah, no, I can talk to monsters. I can speak to them. Give me a book deal. I'll speak to the monster for you. I'll let you know when she's in love. The monster's saying she's in love. If that lady was lying, that is the most important woman in history. It's the greatest con man that ever lived was actually a woman, kids. There was a brave lady that took advantage of a disabled girl and made millions of dollars. That's your Gordon Gekko, basically. I don't know. Those were the kind of jobs we used to have 100 years ago, back when things were cooking. It was all good jobs. Every job was being a different type of liar, basically. There's no fun jobs like that anymore. There's only one that's close, which is being the guy at Apple that comes up with the new emojis every update. That is an 1880s liar's job. Because everyone else at Apple has to be a computer programmer. And then there's one guy that gets to show up at every update meeting being like, poof, okay, here's my 10 guys I drew, so wow. Yeah, good job, team. We all worked the same hard as each other on this one. So I'm gonna go to lunch, but yeah, that's a wrap, definitely. But why that job's really good is because, like, I don't know if you pay attention to the new emojis every update, but there's always, like, 90% of them are bullshit, but they always throw in 4 or 5 that are just bait for Fox News. That's it. That's the only reason they're in there. Like, every time it'll be a snowman or a takeout food box or an Indian guy marrying a dog, and then fucking Sean Hannity sees it and he's like, what the fuck is this? Stay away from my dog, Vikram. You know, he loses his fucking mind. Like the last update. You remember the last update? It was the pregnant man emoji that fucking they went crazy. Which they didn't even say it was a pregnant man. It was just a guy doing this. He could have just been full. You don't even know. He could have just eaten too much cum. You don't know that he was pregnant. Right?
Oh my God.
But then Tucker saw it and he's like, it's the end of the world. Want to use your iPhone? Time to get nutted in. It's the future Apple wants. What is going on? Who wants this? Who wants to eat cum to use their phone? I miss that show. It's so funny to watch and imagine like a 95-year-old being like, I have to eat cum now. They've been addicted to Fox News forever. Tucker says I have to eat cum, or grandson won't call us anymore.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that update was funny too because one of the other like sort of baity emojis they added was, I guess I don't really know the word for it. I guess you would call it the Stephen Hawking style wheelchair, you know? Like not just motorized, but like the fucking command center and like the whole deal. And how I know it was bait is because one of the default emojis had like a woman with short cropped windswept hair. So it had this like out of my way, I'm disabled kind of vibe to it. Like, I'm on my way to girl boss the parking spots. And it was funny to me that they put that in there because they already had a regular wheelchair emoji. And I guess that's fine. It's like representation or something. But like, what is the conversation we're making the distinction between those two types of wheelchairs is remotely acceptable via emoji, right? Like, who would you be talking to where they're like, oh, I'm disabled, by the way? You're like, interesting. Are you a regular wheelchair? Or Stephen Hawking wheelchair? You're like, oh, I'm Stephen Hawking wheelchair.
So
You're like, oh, great, we'll have
you know
dinner
what
at your
I'm
place then, I guess.
Like
Seems about the most sense because I don't have the van with the big battery. Or you guys miss him, by the way? You guys miss Stephen Hawking? Good. I did a show, I asked, and one guy was like, he was a fucking nerd. Coming all aggro about it. Which is very funny because the guy was right. He was a nerd. But you just don't think about Stephen Hawking on like the nerd jock continuum. Because you think he would have escaped that at some point in his life. It's hilarious to imagine a 65-year-old Stephen Hawking leaving a lecture hall at Princeton being like, and that's the way the universe works. Then he goes outside and there's just a guy in a Letterman jacket that's like, yes. Hey boys, here comes Wheels. Let's fucking get his ass. He's like, please stop. Leave me alone. His hair's gray. Take his computer. Look up gay porn on his computer. Pull up guys fucking on there. Hey everybody, look what the nerd's looking at on it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, sometimes women will get mad too. Like I've had women be like, well, he cheated on his wife. And I'm like, tell me exactly what happened, right? He cheated on his wife. And it's like, everybody knows that too. Which is like, how did that story get out other than his wife telling people? Which
Right.
that's gotta be why. Can you imagine being one of her friends and you're like, how's it going? She's like, tough week. Steven cheated on me. And then you have to be like, oh.
Right. How the hell? What did he do?
I'm sorry that happened. I guess that's, yeah, that's tough, definitely.
How
I
did that come
personally
about,
miss
though?
him a lot. I didn't at first. He was like one of those celebrities that died and I didn't give a shit, and then I missed him later. Which I guess really the only other example of that is Paul Walker, probably.
My example
That
was
one
Bernie
hit me,
Mac.
right? Because you remember the headline when Paul Walker died? It said, Paul Walker dies in fiery car crash. I had the same reaction as every other American. I said,
Really?
yeah.
I would never.
That is ironic. That is a irony. Then Fast and Furious 6 came out, and I cried. And then Stephen Hawking, same thing. I bet they chill. I bet they're friends, wherever they wound up. Paul Walker and Stephen Hawking. Paul Walker's like, let's see how fast we can get this chair together. Let's see if we can get a 10-second chair out of you, dude. He's just like fucking with the oxygen tank. He's like, dude, is this NOS? Stephen Hawking's head's just getting bigger. Please stop. You're killing me more. Please stop it. I'll tell you, my favorite thing about Stephen Hawking, the thing I love the most about him is I love that he had glasses. That always tickled me. That was always so funny to me. That Stephen Hawking had glasses? Like to be that fucked up and then you're still like, I think something's wrong with my eyes. I think I better get my eyes checked out before this gets any worse. I think that's... Can you imagine Stephen Hawking just bashing his way into a lens crafters? Can you help me? They're like, no. No, you need like a battery or something. Not a fucking eye exam. I don't know why you think. I tell you what I didn't like though is that Stephen Hawking movie. That thing was a bummer. The top to bottom, even the name.
He had a movie?
Theory of Everything. That's not the name of his theory, right? It was like they got somebody's cousin from Staten Island to write the whole thing. Somebody was like, hey, Tony, give us a Stephen Hawking movie. He's like, yeah, no problem. I got your Stephen Hawking movie right here. All right. Yeah. No, so check this out. All right. So he's Stephen Hawking. He's a scientist. This guy's a fucking genius, right? So, yeah, no, he came up with the theory of fucking everything. This guy, right? So, yeah, he came up with everything. All right. And so here's the movie. He's normal and then he's retarded. That's it. So that's it. Give me the Oscar. And that is the movie. I don't know if you've seen the movie. That's the narrative arc of that movie. It starts off. He's walking around. He has his original voice. Did you ever hear his original voice? He was like, I think I'm going to go to university for math. Really? Do you know he sounded like that? He had that Mary Poppins voice. I saw that and I was like, wow.
Wait, hold on. We gonna go see. Hold on. Again, I do apologize, but I gotta see his actual voicemail. Hold on one second. I don't think that was his actual voice, but you know. Anyways, we are going to continue this video.
So he was retarded the whole time. Sounded like that? Had that Mary Poppins voice? I saw that and I was like, wow. So he was retarded the whole time. What an uplifting story about this man who triumphed over odds. But yeah, no, the worst part about the movie is that guy did win. He won like the best actor award that year for that fucking movie. And I don't think it was a good performance because like Stephen Hawking in real life, he had ALS, which is a degenerative disease. It gets worse and worse. Remember Ice Bucket Challenge? Right, yeah. Well, I guess you remember that, but not ALS. That goes okay. I guess it didn't really work. Yeah, so that's what Stephen Hawking had. He had Ice Bucket disease.
Jesus Christ.
No, but it's like a degenerative disease, right? And I guess that can be hard for an actor to portray, right? At one point, they can put him in the wheelchair, but leading up to that, he has to show this process of degeneration. And the way he chose to do that is at a certain point during the movie, he's wearing glasses, but he starts doing this like Jerry Lewis, like, he's like, my knees don't feel too good. And then the Academy Awards saw it, and they were like, that was the best performance of the year. That's probably exactly how it happened at Cambridge University. They were sending him to class looking like the nutty professor, I guess.
Oh, God.
It's the last naughty thing I have to say. I'm glad you guys aren't mad at that. I had a lady get mad at me. She said it was ableist to make fun of Stephen Hawking, which I disagreed with, right? Because I said it can't be, because he's dead, right? Yeah. And I believe that. I don't think you can be ableist to somebody that's dead, right? If you think it's ableist to make fun of Stephen Hawking now, that means you think he's still in the chair in heaven, right? Hello? And that would be a pretty fucked up heaven, I'd imagine. Can you believe that? You do the best math in the world for 80 years, you finally get up there, you're like, can I please get some pussy? And they're like, nope, back in the chair, pal. Yeah, we got math up here too. There's numbers in front. All right, that's it for me. You guys are
man.
Thank you so much. Keep it.
Oh, man. Yo, that was hilarious, man. I am so glad that I've actually reacted to this whole entire thing. Because I think I'm the only reaction on here that actually, like, you know, looked at his special, though. Because, again, like there's a lot of, like, comics out there who don't really, like, who aren't really, like, big named or whatever. I mean, even though he is friends with Shane Gills, but it's just like, yo, he's hilarious, man. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Anyways, if you guys really enjoyed this reaction today, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Let me know in the comment section down below what you to react to next. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, my name is Nova, and I'll see you guys next episode. Peace.